Okay, so 17th of May 2022. I just want to keep a log of today because there were so many examples and it was such a great day to study price action. And it was very fun just to watch it happen live. Okay, just context to start off with, we have some hourly equal highs above. We're very close to them. And we've got some gaps above and some more equal highs above. But this is quite far. This is quite optimistic to reach since we're still very bearish. And we're not going to switch our bias to bullishness unless higher time frame highs start being taken out. So we're looking for these highs to be taken out today. And at 2 p.m. we have Federal Chair Powell. Yep, Fed Chair Powell speaking. So that's the bias. Okay, let's look at the examples. Blue line, previous day high. And just context. I call the pattern that ICT teaches RMR, R for raid or reach, M for market structure shift, and the second R for return. Return as in returns to some area that we're happy to participate. So first example, this green one. So this is the higher time frame short RMR. So breaks a swing high up here, the previous day high, shifts below the most recent low swing, and returns to a gap present. This is not a 1 minute gap. Actually, I think it is a 1 minute gap. Yeah, so there's 1 minute gap in here. I'm pretty sure there's a 3 minute gap in here as well, and returns here. So we place a short in here, have our stop above that high, the raid's high, and objectives at different swings and gaps below. So that's the first one. Pretty clean. This is the next one that I want to look at. So it's a 1 minute long RMR where it only reached my first partial, and this is a trade that I did take. So what I saw relatively slightly equal lows there and reached a gap, so rated lows and reached a gap. So that's a good R in my eyes. A shift above here. Oh, no, not there. A shift above here. And in order to be a good shift, it must leave a gap, which it does in here. And so we'd be happy to be a buyer anywhere in this gap. I'll stop below the low, and our objectives at partials at any swing high, gaps. In this case, pretty sure I had a partial at, just a really close high here at this one. It's orange because I lost in this trade. I didn't take trades at every single point, but I just marked them out because there are instances of RMRs there. So in this one, I had a long, took a partial. I only took a very small amount, 10%, and let it run with my stop below the low. So you got the raid, you got the shift, you got the return into the gap. Took my partial, was about to run again, and got stopped out because our bias is still equal highs above. Got stopped out, it's okay. Let's move on to the next example. Okay, so we have a high here, got raided, got waiting for the shift, so the next low, the previous low, shifts, creates a gap, pretty small, but just in there. Let me make my gaps blue because that's what I color my gaps. And so to be a happy shorter within here and within there. This is the example where we short in here. I'll stop above here, which is about 40 points, and objectives to different swings and gaps below. This is a 4-hour gap down here. This whole thing, this is a 4-hour gap. Okay, so that's the next example. Very clean as well. I didn't see this because I didn't screenshot it, but I did not see the short RMR because my eye was stuck up here at the equal highs. I was looking for bullish RMRs. I wasn't looking for bearish RMRs. The reason why is because I was looking for the equal highs, although in hindsight we had news at 2 p.m. which was like 4 hours from where this happened, so there's plenty of time for price action to go, and equal highs to be taken at 2 p.m. So I was a bit rushed in a sense. I was rushing for the equal highs to be taken out, so I was not aware of looking at bearish RMRs here. Okay, let's move on. Next example that I did take over here, this one here. So we'll just try to simulate what I did see. Okay, news is about to tick at 14. 14 just ticks. What do we see? I see a raid and a reach. So raids the lows, reaches a gap. Next thing I'm looking for is a shift, so the next swing high, so this swing high up here. Does it swing high? Does it swing above to shift? Yep, it does. Breaks structure. Does it leave a gap? No, it does not leave a gap. However, it does give you opportunities to participate through an order block. Since a shift happened just prior, this is validated as an order block, I think. And just within the fib framework, it's in a discount around 62.79, which allows you to participate if you want long there. And of course, what am I aiming for? Equal highs above, but I'm taking partials, so I took a partial. So this is what I saw: the raid, the shift. I wanted to see a return into this gap here, and then pump into the highs. So this is my entry, and this is my partial at the previous high over here. And little do I know, it doesn't reach the big equal highs that I wanted, and not only that, it gave us a retracement into a gap, and I entered another one. So I was trying to pyramid my position. Oh, rough choice, rough decision, but it's all in good experience. These. So pyramided there. Next thing I know, get stopped. But that's okay. So we had a long in here, we had another long in here, took our first partial, and then we got stopped. Thankfully, it's a pretty small stop, just over here, and we weren't risking too much in that trade. Okay, next example is over here. I believe this is a 5-minute gap in here, I think. Let's go with the 5-minute. Okay, no 5-minute gap, but so what do we see? We see a raid above these highs, we see a shift below this low. As the candle formed, there was a gap, and the gap was filled. So that's a short, and objective down to a gap below, down here. Oh my god, there's an ant on me. To the gap here. I was quite preemptive with my long, so I was quite bullish at this point. So at that point, just reaching the gap, I placed a long position, and afterwards I wanted to see a bullish RMR form in order for me to pyramid once again and reach the day's equal highs and the hourly equal highs. So this is that example. So we had the raid below these lows and reach a gap. We have a shift above this high. This high is 417.8 and that high is 417.6, so technically that is a swing high. So it broke structure. So raid, shift in structure, didn't leave a gap, but once again in the framework gets down to a discount, reaches an order block, no gap in here, and allows us to participate with our second partial. I mean not partial, second pyramid. So we have the second position here, and what do we aim for, and where do we partial? We have a partial at this high, and the day's equal highs, and then the big equal highs. So that's the entry, that's our partial. I marked out this shift as well, because I was looking to pyramid again, to be honest. So I was looking at another shift here, and then a return into this gap to pump up. didn't fill this gap, but that's okay. We already had 2 positions, so we took our partial, and what do we know? It ran to the day's equal highs and the big equal highs as well. Okay, that's about it. Yep, just wanted to document it onto my channel as a journal sort of thing. Okay, that's it.